Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You're here with Trish and Steve. Steve Bose, where have you been?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. We took a month off, Steve.
Yeah, August was a good month for some downtime from the live show here, and yeah,
Wow.
I feel good. It's good to be back, though.
It is good to be back. I missed it. I didn't at first. You know, that's the whole thing about the show. It's that when we started it, it was truly a break from work.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually over the 2.5 years, it became work. So I think the good news is that we've kind of reset our minds and what's going to happen. So one thing, because I know you've got a couple things you want to talk about today, but I want to let everyone know these are going to still be occurring. They're going to be shorter. And the
Right.
reason that we're going to change it up a little bit, number one is so it's not work, it's actually a break for us. But we're getting ready to hit the road, both of us, to some similar events, which you're going to talk about, to some different events, which I can talk about. And we might not be together. We won't be in a place where we can just sit down and dial in at a certain time. So we thought we would just do it on the fly. So that being said, you might get one day where it's just me. You might get a day where it's just Steve. You might get a day where you get both of us. We might both be on the road together. We just don't know. So at least until winter, we might get a more structured routine back in winter a bit.
Yeah, it's crazy because it does seem for the first time since 2019 that it's fully back to how things were in 2019 and 2018 in terms of industry events, big conferences, getting back out on the road. I've turned down a couple of things just because the schedule is so crazy. But yeah, Trish, maybe we can talk a little bit about that really quickly, starting really next week, right? Right after Labor Day, boom, you're out and about. Tell us about where you're going.
Yeah, the next 2 months, it's every single week, just about. So next week, I actually am going to Nashville, starting the week in Nashville with our friends at iSolved, and they are so great. Like we've had them on the show before. They have a great product, and we can go into that more next week. But they're having their big connections event. I have to tell you, it's an event where I've been in the past. I went last year, and their customers love them. Like when you talk about customers that are really like super vocal about what you do, that's what they have. So I'm looking forward to that. I will actually be recording 6 episodes of the podcast down there.
Wow.
Like little mini pods. So stay tuned for that. And leaving straight from there, going off to ADP where you're going to be. So
yeah, New York City, it'll be fun. I have not been in New York City since prior to the pandemic, not one bit.
Right.
Be interesting to see how much it's come back. I don't know how much of the city we'll get to see, but it'll be fun.
Right.
It's probably my favorite place in the U.S. to visit still, I think, after all these years. So looking forward to that. Our friends at ADP do a pretty cool job. But then, boom, then after that, Trish, we go right into sort of my biggest week of the year and a big industry week, which is the HR Tech Conference out in Vegas, September 13th through 16th. You can still get tickets at hrtechconference.com. But what you can't get, Trish, if you haven't already made arrangements, what I'm told is, Trish, you cannot get in the Mandalay Bay. You cannot get a room there.
Really?
At all, like for the middle 2 big nights that people tend to stay at the conference, the Tuesday and Wednesday. I heard it's completely sold out. How about that?
Wow. Okay. That's big news. So can I just say though, like I'm super excited to go, and I have to tell you, it's back bigger than ever because I have probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 briefings over the day and a half I'm going to be there, because I'm only going to be there a day and a half, because I'm going to start the week down the street actually at Success Connect with SAP. So SAP Success Factors has their big event. It's actually kind of overlapping a little bit. So I'll be seeing our friends Meg Bear and Amy Wilson and hearing about all the things they're doing. So I will sort of be reporting from there while you're at HR Tech. It'll be a big mashup. It's going to be exciting.
So it's a big week. So we hope we see a lot of folks out at HR Tech. And then at Tech, of course, we'll be doing 2 live shows from the expo floor itself, from the Pitch Fest Theater during the course of the conference, which I'm excited about. So yeah, it's crazy. All the travel gets crazy, especially when it stacks up. We won't get into past the HR Tech week.
After that, yeah.
Stuff after that. And, you know, no one really maybe cares about our travel diary, et cetera. But it is exciting to get back out there. I have heard from a lot of folks who are coming back to HR Tech and are telling me, oh yeah, I haven't done anything really since the pandemic. Still, there's still a lot of folks who really haven't gotten out and done business travel since the early part of 2020. So it'll be good to see everybody. It's going to be a big event, maybe the biggest one ever, we hope. So yeah, super excited.
Can I ask you some logistics questions about it? So
okay.
last year I think it was different because people were a little more tentative still. People came to the event, but everyone was still masking and all those things. Is that not a requirement this year? I haven't seen anything.
As far as I know, so we followed what the local requirements were, certainly in Las Vegas, Clark County, et cetera. And last year, what happened was we kind of ran into whatever wave of COVID that sort of came around last fall. It was Omicron or Delta. I can't remember which now. It doesn't matter.
But it was Delta.
Things were going pretty well last summer, and we thought we'd be sort of back to normal. And then there was another sort of big wave of COVID that spread around and sort of kept a lot of people away from the conference. But as far as I know, Trish, there are no longer any indoor masking requirements in Clark County, in Nevada. There's no vaccinate. We did have a vaccination requirement at the conference last year. I do not think that's the case this year. If you haven't really managed to figure out how to get vaccinated by now, I'm not sure what I can tell you. So it's been,
that's been the one thing I heard there's another booster coming out in the next day or two, soon, right? And I'm to the point now, it used to be so easy because where I live, there's a fairgrounds nearby and you could just go drive through the fairgrounds and just take 2 seconds to get your shot, your booster, whatever. Now it's I'm going to have to look up where to go. So it's changed.
I've managed to, I think I got 3 of, I've done I'm up to 4 now, but I've done, I did 3 of them at CVS, which was super easy to just, CVS Health online, boom. And it was pretty easy. So so tons of events. Just the last thing I wanted to mention, that's it. I don't have my normal pop culture stuff today. I didn't really write extensive notes.
No, we're just getting back into the swing.
I did want to congratulate us, Trish, on the HR Happy Hour Podcast Network. Thank you, everybody, for listening and downloading. We hit, I don't know, a week or so ago, 3 million downloads over the course of the life of the show, which is pretty exciting. It's a lot. It's way more than I thought would ever listen to that, and still going strong. So we're excited about that. We did a couple of HR Tech preview shows. We've did a really good show this week. That posted this week was all about vocational education and trade school and supporting that mission and supporting young people going into trades and vocations. And I hope people check that out as well. And again, lots of stuff coming up. Both you guys are doing it iSolved, we'll be doing it HR Tech and more down the line. So anyway, thank you everybody for supporting the show. And thanks especially to our friends at Paychex, who are our show sponsor, have been with us for the last few years and really do a wonderful job supporting us, and looking forward to seeing them, our friends there. By the way, I'll shout them out. They have a really cool technology innovation that they'll be showcasing in their booth at HR Tech. I won't give it away. I'm going to try to get over there and sort of do the demo and get it on video if they'll allow me to do that. And if I do, I'll get that out there. We'll promote it maybe a little bit on we have a YouTube channel, Trish, that these shows actually post on. We'll promote that.
No, we will. And you know what? That's one of the things I'm spending time with our Paychex friends actually in their booth. I'm going to be doing a full briefing, demo, seeing all the new stuff, and we'll report back, like you said, but also recording on their podcast too. So
awesome
they have a lot going on there.
It's exciting. It's going to be an exciting couple of weeks. We're going to see a lot of our friends. Hope to see a lot of the listeners of this show or our viewers of this show or the Happy Hour show. Come say hi. Rumor is we may have some new swag. We might. So there you go.
We're going to. Yeah. If you want our swag, that's where it's going to be. Can I say too, we got confirmation. You mentioned we have 2 shows. We don't want to give them both away yet, but the first one is actually going to be with our friend Matt Bragg's dad from Alight. And he is, if you don't know Matt, come see him. I believe it's going to be at 1:30 on Wednesday the 13th in the Expo
we'll have to get that out there. Lots. It's going to be exciting. Thank you.
So fun.
Do we have enough name drops on this show, Trish? You're not going to be able to fit them all into the tweet.
I know. We're not going to be able to tweet it out.
Stop right here.
That's what happens. See, and we didn't even talk about what we've been doing. I went to Europe. My kids went away to college. I'm an empty nester. I feel like my whole world My house is up for sale. Steve, I feel like my whole world has changed in the month that I took a break from the show. It's crazy, right?
Did you get any
You
taller?
moved. You moved. We've done everything. Like
Oh,
everything has happened.
it's been a wacky, wild month.
I know. Well, I'm actually looking forward to settling back in and getting back to work. So anyway, good to see you.
You too.
Thanks to everyone for watching and listening. Like I mentioned at the top, if you just joined late, we are going to be doing these again. We're going to be doing them, they'll look a little different. They will be much shorter, probably 1 to 3 minutes because we're going to be on the road. Might be together, might be separate. You might get me doing a break, Steve doing a break. Who knows? One day we'll see how it goes. So anyway, take care, everyone, and we will see you back here soon.